What's up, my subconscious Jedis? This is day 8. It is March 20th, 9:04 p.m. That's right. And do a reality check. I look ridiculous every time I just grab my nose. And I'll be at work and I'll just be looking at my hand. And, I'm really, I'm not saying anything weird, but I'm looking at my hand and I'm actually thinking to myself, because it's real. Did I get here? How did I get here? Where am I going? I even go as far as asking myself, the people around me, what are my relations with them? And I really try and think deep about it, as you should be too. Anyways, last night's stream is going to be one of those short and sweet episodes. That's why I feel like I'm talking about 6 times as fast as I normally do. I didn't write very much. Just got a little phrase down, which is okay. I've noticed a lot of people on Reddit and other just forums and stuff with lucid dreaming involved that I've read, they often just scribble down the most important parts and your memory remembers the rest. I suppose part of the reason I write in such detail, mainly because I enjoy reading it, but also because then when I reread it later in the day, you guys will also have some of the details that my memory will lack, or I won't pronunciate properly, or articulate, I guess you should say. But regardless, this one's short and sweet. I got a little more probably off memory I can give you, but it starts out. Little recall this time. You'll notice every time I wake up and I kind of have a good feel for what my recall feels like, and I always start with that just to get the pen on paper writing down. That's where if you have no recall, you write down, I couldn't remember a damn thing. That's the first line you write down, and that's actually going to help you recall lots. Now, a couple things I want to note as the side notes. I've been drinking a ridiculous amount of caffeine products, which is generally a no-go. I drink too much coffee, like 8 cups a day, and then I'm drinking energy drinks towards 3 p.m., 4 p.m. when my office ladies stop making the coffee for the day. So I gotta cut back on that. But if I don't do that, I just yawn at work all day. So it's really a struggle of mine. Moving forward. So I wrote down 2 headsets, girl and guy, try to fight, end up in tears in love. So that's just terrible. Poor writing of myself. I didn't even wake up late this morning. I just woke up tired, really tired and cold. My basement's cold. So the moral of how this happened, I don't know the setting as to where this took place, though I kind of picture an auditorium with no seats, kind of just a big open staged area, or maybe the stage of an auditorium. I picture a white floor, kind of like a bathroom. I was trying to think of this word earlier today. It's not luminol, something, that plasticky vinyl kind of tile. I do remember seeing that on the ground, or I have that feeling at least. Weird how I get these feelings, but I can't really picture it as well as I wish I could. Not as well as I can feel it, if that makes sense. So there's this guy and this girl, and I'm observing this in first person. I don't see myself here. I should mention my perspective more often, because like that last stream where my 2 feet just went up together all crazy ninjutsu style, that was from the third perspective. I kind of saw that, which is why it was so wild. Or first, I should say. I saw it, but I saw it in a way that I could see both my feet at the same time touching this guy, and it was weird. So, where were we? Yeah, this guy and this girl. The girl has a headset, and these were kids, I think. I have a lot of siblings that are younger. They remind me about my siblings' age, maybe 6 to 10. And the girl has a headset, or she's unboxing it actually. I think I remember her pulling out of the box. Regardless, they were kind of minor details, but the guy was just crying. He was mad. He was screaming. I think it was just like my siblings fighting over the headset in real life. And so the guy, all of a sudden, he had a box in his hands too. And they just looked at each other, and they were just so happy because they could both have headsets at the same time. Now, I remember the feelings of generosity and love and things as if she had given him her headset that she just unboxed, but I very clearly remember seeing both of them putting on the earbuds and looking at each other just so happy, So that's kind of odd. I think perhaps I just visually depicted my emotions wrong there. I think it was supposed to be the girl giving it to him, but what was supposed to be generally is what happens, as your dreams are based on expectation. Strange. After that, let me see, I saw my ex-girlfriend on top of a parade float, and she was dancing like a Chinese music video, or an Asian, I should say, not just China specifically, but poppy, they're jumping around, they're dancing, there's stuff going across the screen in bright pink and neon letters and shit. I saw my ex-girlfriend doing that, and it was just wild. I remember looking from way down at a lower point, looking up at her, just being huh, that's weird. I don't know what the significance of that was, but it was very, very in detail. I don't think I could picture her as vividly until now, because it's been a while. Like, that was super weird. Um, okay, last but not least, in that same kind of weird floored area as the guy and the girl were, the younger people, I went up to, if you go to like the supermarket, you go to the meat section, and behind the counter, you've got the people working with like the hair nets and, you know, chin nets or whatever. I went to a place that made pizza though, in that same setup where I came up to a countered area where I could see like a selection of stuff, and the guy behind it looked at me, and I ordered a pizza, and he gave me a pizza. I think it was pepperoni. I don't really remember the details. Excuse me. And I just took that pizza and like shoved it in his face, which is super weird. I don't know why all my dreams are being so violent. I'm not a violent person. Maybe that's why I just exert it in my dreams, and then I'm like, peace and love during my life. I guess I'm good with that. If I can kill all my people in my dreams and just face my demons with love in real life, I think that'll pay off best. But the idea is that we're gonna be lucid dreamers and just do whatever the fuck we want. Yes, let's do it. Woo! Could be writing down your dreams better than I did last night, though. Some of these videos are gonna be 20 minutes, some of them are gonna be 7, like this one. Being in lots of trouble was also the side note I put to ordering pizza. Now I told you the reason I got in trouble is because I flew the hit him in the face with the pizza and ran. I remember running, and it was just that same feeling of last night where I was in trouble and kind of like someone was chasing me, but it was more as if I knew that someone should be coming. Like when you do a bad thing. I don't want to give any weird examples that I might have done, but you did a bad thing and you know that the next step is always pretty much in the common scenario that law enforcement is informed and they begin a search, or something happens where people are on your tail now, and you're just like whoop whoop, just running, and that's what I was doing, and then I woke up. I probably could have remembered a lot more. I just woke up, like I said, cold, and I snoozed my alarm a couple times this morning. I don't know, it was not a good morning as far as sleep. So that's all. Hope you guys have some lucid dreams tonight. Write down in the comments, hopefully, if any of you guys, I think I only get like 5 views so far, but if you 5 people consistently have been writing down your dreams, I want to hear about it. Sense of Pride 1, shout out to you, first subscriber, greatest follower of all time, commented your dreams. I want to do some more posting on Reddit and take this a little more seriously coming up here, and hopefully we continue to grow. But if not, this has been quite the adventure, and I have no plans of stopping soon. Good night, lucid dreams. See you guys tomorrow.